Hello, Class 5-1 Orange Group. Mr. Waterman here with today's Language Arts lesson on Thursday, July 21st, 2022. I hope everyone is doing safe and well. So I'm going to go over the answers to yesterday's test that you took on page 69. Okay, and I'm just going to go through the answers on this page because on page 70, everyone's sentences are going to be different. So after I go over the answers on this page, then I will go into today's activity. So for part A, you needed to write the action verb on the line that follows each sentence. And so what I've done, I have circled the action verb and I have written the verb on the line. So we did number 1 together yesterday. Number 2, Henry wears mittens and boots. The action verb is wears. Number 3, the soldiers dress in red coats. The action verb is dress. Number 4, General Gage's children live in England. The action verb is live. Number 5, the children play together. The action verb is play. Number 6, some soldiers work at a fort. The action verb is work. Now for part B, you needed to change the verbs so that they agree with the subjects. You needed to keep the sentences in the present tense. We did number 7 together. Now, let's look at the rest of them. Number 8, Henry colors the maps. 9, Mr. Andrews teaches the lessons. Please note the spelling in teaches. I have added an ES. Number 10, British ships sail out to sea. Number 11, Henry studies hard at school. Please note that I've changed the Y to IES. Number 12, Henry's friends worry about the harbor. Okay, now when you're done, turn the page to page 70. We're going to look at present tense on page 70. Please listen as I read through the points. Point number 1, a verb in the present tense tells what is happening now. Point number 2, to form present tense singular verbs, add S to most verbs. Add ES to verbs that end in S, SS, CH, SH, X, or Z. Point number 3, if a verb ends with a consonant and Y, change the Y to I before adding ES. Now let's look at the directions. Read each sentence. Change the underlined verb in the sentence to the correct form of the present tense. Number 1, Esther Morris tries to change the law. 2, Colonel William Bright agree with Esther. 3, Benjamin Sheets postpone the discussion until the 4th of July. 4, Mr. Sheets wishes he didn't misbehave in court. Number 5, Colonel Bright finished his career in Washington, D.C. 6. The professor piled the stones in South Pass City. 7. She remembers what happened in South Pass City. 8. The Secretary of State announced a change to the Constitution. 9. Time passed before the United States Constitution changes. 10. Wyoming give women the right to vote before any other state. Let's do a few of these together. Number 1. Esther Morris tries to change the law. So we know that this is not the correct way to spell tries. We know try is spelled T-R-Y. What we need to do to allow the subject-verb agreement, drop that Y and add I-E-S. T-R-I-E-S. Let's do number 2. Colonel William Bright agree with Esther. So we need to add an S and spell agrees. A-G-R-E-E-S. Okay, and please do numbers 3 through 10 on your own. When you're finished, turn the page to page 72. Now we're looking at past tense and future tenses here, and I tried to make it a little easy for you. I'll show you that in a bit. Let's read through the points. Point number 1. A verb in the past tense tells about an action that already happened. Point 2. If a verb ends in E, drop the E before adding ed. Point number 3. If a verb ends in one vowel and one consonant, double the consonant before adding ed. Now this is all review because we've talked about a lot of this before. Point number 4. If a verb ends in a consonant and Y, change Y to I before adding ed. Point number 5. A verb in the future tense tells about an action that is going to happen. To write about the future, use the word will in front of the verb. Now let's look at the activity. This activity is split into 2 parts. For part 1, it says complete each sentence with the past tense of one of the verbs in the box. I've given you the first letter, and in some cases the first 2 letters, to help you out. Please listen as I read numbers 1 through 4. Number 1. Both men and women blank in elections. 2. Women in Wyoming blank the right to vote. 3. She blank stones to build a memorial. 4. The government blank the Constitution. Let's do one together. Number 1. Both men and women, well, I gave you the first letter, so we know you need to use the verb vote. Don't forget, put in the past tense, it's going to be voted. V-O-T-E-D. Check. Now let's look at the second part. it says to complete each sentence with the future tense of one of the verbs in the box above. So again, I put in the word will for each one because we're using the future tense. And then I gave you the first letter of the verb that you're supposed to use in the box. Please listen as I read each one. Number 5. Much time blank before the Constitution changes again. 6. Many people blank Esther Morris forever. 7. The mayor of South Pass City blank the citizens to a dedication ceremony. 8. Esther Morris blank as a judge in South Pass City. I would do number 5 with you. Number 5. Much time will pass. P-A-S-S. Before the Constitution changes again. And please do numbers 6 through 8 on your own. That's it for today's activities. They should be nice and easy for you. Take your time, go through them. If you have any questions, you can, of course, send me a message on Class Dojo or email me. Since this is only one period today, I'm going to combine and go over the answers from the Journeys workbook activities that you completed yesterday. Starting on page 48, here are the answers. Number 1, every Monday we have art class. Number 2, this is the part of the week I like best. Number 3, I feel like a real artist when I draw. Number 4, I painted a picture of trees in the park. Number 5, Mark painted animals on a farm. Number 6, Darla painted many stars in the night sky. You needed to write 2 sentences using at least 2 words from the box. Here are my sentences. I said the shark is swimming in the ocean. And I also said people need to stay safe from harm. On page 49, sorting the spelling words by the number of letters in each word. For 3 letters, we have car, arm, art, and jar. I added far and tar. For words with 4 letters, we have dark, star, park, yard, hard, farm, and part. I added scar and harp. For words with 5 letters, we had party, start, and spark. I have added scarf and smart. When you finish checking answers, have a look at page 50. Here we needed to add commas. Commas with place names. So we did number 1 together. Let's look at number 2. A truck tows the car to San Antonio. I put a comma after Antonio, and Texas. Number 3. A repairman calls a shop in Miami, Florida. And I put a comma after Miami because it's a city. Number 4. The shop sends car parts from Atlanta, Georgia. Please put a comma between Atlanta and Georgia, Atlanta being the city. Number 5, then we drive to Oakland, California. Please put a comma after Oakland. Then on page 51, we had focus trait, organization, beginning, middle, and end. We read the story yesterday, so this is what I have written for the parts. The characters, we have Rex, Officer Jones, and a truck driver. The setting is a muddy ditch. In the middle, what's the problem? A dump truck is stuck in a muddy ditch. At the end, how was the problem solved? Rex grabbed the truck's bumper with his strong teeth, and the truck rolled out of the mud. And don't worry if your wording is a little different from mine. As long as you hit all of the main points, that's all that matters. Now when you're done, turn to page 52. Cumulative review. Very easy activity for you. It says to circle the word that goes with each picture. Underline the letters that spell the long I or E sound. Let's look at a few. Number 1, we have light and we have late. So we know that this is a light. I'm going to circle it. And you can hear the long I sound. It, light. Number 2, we have pie and pig. Number 3, we have shine and shy. Number 4, we have part and we have party. After that, you're going to write words you know with long I spelled Y. Write words you know with long E spelled Y. And you can look at the words above to help you. After that, have a look at page 53. The Signmaker's assistant. Make a sign. Hi, I'm Norman. I made a big mistake in this story. I also learned some lessons. Look for the lessons I learned. So I have attached a copy of the story for all of you to make it nice and easy. And with this activity, they give you the page numbers to find the answers. Please listen as I read the questions. Read page 128. Why was the Signmaker important to the town? Read page 129. What made people follow the directions on the Signmaker's signs? Read page 141. Why were the signs important? Read page 149. What did the Signmaker say after I apologized? Let's have a look at the first question. Read page 128. Everyone in town agreed. The old Signmaker did the finest work for miles around. Under his brush, ordinary letters became beautiful words. Words of wisdom, words of warning, or words that simply said which door to use. Well, why was the Signmaker important to the town? He was important to the town because his signs had words of wisdom. Words of warning. Or words, I'm going to squeeze it in here, that said which door to use. Okay, and there you have it. Nice giant sentence used to answer the question. Please do the same for the other 3 questions. And that's it. That should be more than enough to keep you busy. Take care, stay safe and well. And remember, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message on Class Dojo. And we only have 1 more day of school. Yay! Good job, everyone. Thank you for working so hard this semester. And thank you for cooperating with online lessons. I know it's not easy, but everyone is just trying to do their best. Take care. Happy studying. Bye-bye for now.